Okay, what's going on, guys, and welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Today, we are going to be discussing all the latest crack in the world of mixed martial arts. Roscoe, what's the story, bud?
All good, man. Very good job not saying we have a special guest.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, man.
I know, yeah, I was like, don't say it.
We're going to discuss the main topics of the week. UFC 250. We're going to, do the breakdown on that. Conor McGregor's retired. It sort of links into what we discussed last week on Fighter Pay. And then this weekend's UFC card, it is Cindy Calveo versus Carlos Barza.
No, just go. But,
Yes, go.
right, so, Ross, obviously, UFC 250 was on over the weekend.
Yeah.
We went into it thinking it was going to be like an 8 out of 10 card. What you make of the card of itself?
I thought it was really, really good in terms of the main card anyway. There was finishes in all the bantamweight fights. The Lionel Magny versus Anthony Rocco Martin was like quite back and forth. And then obviously Amanda Nunes confirmed her status as the GOAT. So I actually thought it was a very good card. I'd say 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd definitely give it an 8. Yeah, it definitely gave you exactly what you wanted. But whereabouts do you really want to start in this? Because there is a good few talking points. Maybe kick it off with Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley, what a emphatic knockout win. Like, I think that's the first time I've seen UFC in a very long time where there was 2 walk-off knockouts.
Yeah.
His over Eddie Wineland was absolutely incredible. By the way, top of the range mustache out of Eddie Wineland.
Yeah.
But Sean O'Malley, he looks so like calm and composed in there. He looks like he owns the octagon when he's in there.
Yeah.
His range is brilliant. And look, he actually came out after fight and was like, I'd rather just fight stand-up fighters. Like, that's more crack. And he was like, I feel like the best striker in the division, so that's what I want to do.
Like, going into this, like, there was a lot of upsets I felt in the beginning of the night, and then like I was like, oh no, is he going to lose as well? This is going to be a shit show. But everything about him is just so compelling. Like, obviously, I know he was on the show and that was great for us, but there's one thing saying you're going to do stuff, and then there's another thing actually delivering. And wait, he's just a star, man. Going in, even the different haircut.
And what is with that hair?
I don't know, man. He's just so polarizing. Even if you look back at who was watching, like, what were the biggest spike in ratings? It was when he was fighting. People are just he's must see TV.
And even like the small things, like when he gets a knockout, you didn't really celebrate. You just like, well, I knew he was going to do that for ages, so like it was fine, if you know what I mean. And
what are your thoughts on him now?
I'm like, he's easily a top 10 bantamweight. Like, I feel like he could definitely compete in there with the top guys. I think the only thing holding him back at the moment is he's not getting paid enough. So he's like, I'm not going to fight Cody Garbrandt for like 30 grand. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to fight Cody Garbrandt for like 100 grand. And then also, we don't know what his ground game's like. That's the only thing. But he says he trains more on the ground than he does on the feet because he feels like even it out.
I was watching it and I was there munching on a tub of ice cream, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he's a big deal. I don't even know, just everything. He has everything. Like, it is like Conor McGregor, literally, like, talks, walks, wins impressively and stuns people. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a right straight down the pipe, like, and that's all she wrote.
How often do you see a knockout like that?
Very, very rarely. You know what I mean? Like Mark Hunt-esque.
I know, I'm still in shock over it, actually. Like, myself and Ross, we had a training session with each other earlier, and we just made sure not to talk anything about it. But I was literally like, whoa. And then, like, the internet blew up as well. It was trending.
But like, he was saying that afterwards. He was like, I checked the social media. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, when I post something, I get like 40,000 likes after an hour. You know what I mean? He's like, the embeddeds that I'm in have more views than the embeddeds I'm not in. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. You know what I mean? It's a bit like when Conor McGregor does an embedded. It's like, there's a lot more views on it, lads.
Yeah. In the build up to the fight, I was watching the embeddeds, and I never really skip anything, really. But I was like, that's where you can toggle along and see what they're actually showing on the video. I was like, right, Sean O'Malley, like, what's being said. Also Cody Garbrandt as well. Like, the Felicia Spencer stuff, I was just like, here, look, there's not a hope in hell she's winning anything. I don't really.
Yeah, also like her boyfriend just wanted to meet Amanda Nunes, so like I thought that was weird.
Yeah, but what do you expect now from Sean O'Malley over the next while? Because obviously the majority of the people are clicking on this to hear about Conor McGregor retiring or this future Sean O'Malley.
I think Sean O'Malley could, if he gets the big money that, or well, the decent money he's looking for, he could easily be fighting someone in the top 15 next. He could be 2 wins away from a title shot, if not maybe 3 wins away from a title shot.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's so fresh, and he's not even in the top 15 yet. Like this is ridiculous.
And I think the thing is that like people are almost clamoring for Cody Garbrandt versus Sean O'Malley after their 2 big knockout wins. They're like, oh, I'd love to see that fight.
That's too soon for Sean, isn't it? Like,
I just don't think he should fight Cody Garbrandt for the money he's on now. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
As in, like, if you're going to fight Cody Garbrandt, there's a chance he might lose. So if there's a chance he might lose, you need to make sure you're well looked after in the finances.
Yeah. Sure, look at the way Chase Hooper in the fight before that. He was terrible to stand up against Bruce Leroy. Yeah,
well, in fairness, Alex Serras was known for being like very good on the feet. He was just more so. He's like 8 out of 10 on the feet, and then like sort of 6 out of 10 on the ground, or maybe even like sort of 7.5 out of 10 on the feet. And it's like Chase Hooper's like 3 out of 10 on the feet, and then 9 out of 10 on the ground. We just couldn't get it there.
Yeah, I think Chase Hooper is just far too young, and he definitely needs to improve in that stand-up as well. But like there was another very impressive win in the bantamweight division. Aljamain Sterling beat Corey Sandhagen, excuse me. In that fight, we actually both thought Corey Sandhagen was going to win. Aljo got us back straight away, and then tapped it out.
Absolute backpack hit him.
What a win!
Unbelievable! You know what was very strange and very telling? Why was this not the co-main event? I know because Cody Garbrandt used to be the champion, his bigger name. But that made me feel like, to a casual fan watching that, like, Cody Garbrandt deserves the next title shot. Like, what an unbelievable knockout. And he was the co-main event.
I know, yeah.
This was number 2 and 4. Look, I think Aljo is absolutely incredible. Like, he has a lot of like things going for him. He's a good-looking guy. He's good on the mic. You know what I mean? He gets finishes. I just think he needs to still work on a stand-up, especially if he's going in against Peter Yan. Now, whether he can get Peter Yan to the ground, it's a whole different ball game for Peter Yan down there. But it's almost like he's like a superly polished version of Chase Hooper. Like, that's what Chase Hooper aspires to be.
Yeah.
But look, the Funk match is brilliant, and I love the way he wears that big fake thick gold head. I think that's brilliant. He also definitely needs a haircut.
He usually gets the braids, doesn't he? Like
Uriah Faber.
No, well, I was going to say actually Sean O'Malley, but yeah, I think he's quite short. Maybe you want to add a bit of height to himself. but like, what exactly do you think is next for Aljo?
I actually think UFC are missing a trick here, and it should be Peter Yan versus Aljo for the UFC bantamweight title. I'd almost like put Jose Aldo to a side. You know what I mean? Aldo lost against Volkanovski. He lost against Moraes, whether you like to say it or not, or whether you thought he won. Like, the record book show he lost. He's coming off 2 losses. Aljo's coming off, like 5 wins or something? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I just think he's the number 1 guy. He's also ranked ahead of Peter Yan in the rankings.
Yeah,
I almost think Aljo versus Aldo is almost more deserving than Yan versus Aldo. Like, if you actually look at Peter Yan, he beat Uriah Faber, and now like he deserves a title shot. You know what I mean? I like Peter Yan. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Like, he's an absolute Russian destroyer. But I don't think your last fight can be, you know, Uriah Faber, and then you deserve a title shot over everyone. I don't get that.
Maybe Dana didn't think Aljamain Sterling was as good as he was or is.
Potentially, no.
Yeah. Then, like, obviously in the co-main event, Cody Garbrandt were one of the knockouts of the night. We put a poll out actually, Ross, and the majority of the people said Cody Garbrandt's KO was better than Sean O'Malley's. But what did you make of Cody Garbrandt in this fight? Going into the fight, we both thought that Aston Sale would probably win it based on Cody coming off 3 knockout losses in a row.
This was a much better Cody Garbrandt than we saw. He didn't let himself get emotional. He didn't end up in a brawl. He was a bit more attentive. He was a bit more attentive than I would have liked, I thought. He said a lot on the outside, but boy, does he have fast hands. You know what I mean? I think he needs to give up on that low kick he was doing. Did you see that low kick he was doing? It's sort of like almost trying to do like a sweep, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha,
As in
yeah.
like, yeah, I was like, what is that?
Well, he was obviously a bit tentative going into this. He's like,
Mm,
can't lose 4 in a row. People were
yeah.
saying he was going to get caught if he had a loss as well. Do you believe that for a second?
No, I don't think it would have been cut, but like maybe another one after that. You also have to look at the caliber opponent fought. Like what TJ Dillashaw twice and Pedro Munoz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Sun Tzu. You know what I mean? There's, like plenty of people have lost to those three guys. You know what I mean? So I do think that this was an absolute like brilliant performance for Garbrandt, more for his confidence than anything else.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In there, got the knockout, and like he absolutely slept him. Like people were like, that was murder.
Have you seen a knockout like that? It was almost like
Uh,
well, I know Francis Ngannou sort of like knocked out Overeem like from like a golf swing. This was sort of the same.
yeah, it was straight from the hip.
Yeah.
Also, like it looked like he sort of pushed off the cage to get a bit extra torque on it.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
really cheeky, a bit like Ben when Showtime Pettis ran off the cage. It was real, like very unassuming.
oh yeah, but I also think maybe Sunset turned off because like the clappers went and there must have been like, right, that's 10 seconds left.
Yeah,
I was
Joe,
like,
Joe happened as well.
4:59, bang.
Joe happened as well during one of the fights. I think it was Magny and Rocco Martin, and you could hear someone pull like that's why when you're about to stand up and the chair goes back. That noise happened in the background. Someone obviously stood up from the chair. Maybe just someone who rings the bell for the end of the round. And so they stopped, and then like it was like 1, 2, 3, and then the bell, the end of the round went. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe because in the empty arena, it's not as big of a horn or a siren that goes off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For the
That
end of the
also
round.
happened. Remember Billy Quarantillo?
And Spike Carlisle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
like changed the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. So Cody Garbrandt, where's he got from this, Ross?
It's a bit of a strange one. Loads of people are calling for Cody Garbrandt versus Marlon Moraes. I think Marlon Moraes is in the strangest place in the entire bantamweight division.
Why is that?
Because his last fight is coming off a win off Jose Aldo, like on the record books. He's ranked number 1, and there's no talk of him fighting for the title. And the only thing about Cody Garbrandt and Marlon Moraes is they're actually, again, both Ali Abdulaziz guys. Is there anyone who he doesn't manage, Basmo?
Who? Ali Abdulaziz?
Yeah.
Yeah, Conor McGregor.
True that. And Garbrandt, it's a bit of a strange one because like he was number 9 ranked going into that. He just beat number 5. I'd actually, you know what I'd actually love to see? I'd actually love to see Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan and Cody Garbrandt versus Jose Aldo. I think that would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Does not actually sound so much sexier, doesn't it?
It sounds good. Sounds good to me.
So that's who I like.
Yeah. Also,
before we go into the main event, I just want to give 1 or 2 shout outs on the night. Shout out to Corey Statman. I don't know why I call him Statman. Unbelievable. His brother died the week before the fight. He was only 18 or 19 at the time. Like, that's not class. I don't know what is. Showed up and got the job done. And then obviously big shout out to our boy Neil Magny. You never know, he might get back into the welterweight rankings after that win over Anthony Rocco Martin.
That was very close.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Although I don't think it was as close on the scorecards. I can't remember the scorecards.
Yeah,
but I think one was like a 30-27, but it was like when you're watching, you were like, Jesus, don't know who's winning.
I actually thought the Rocco Martin was 2 rounds up and going into the last round. But
but I thought the third was quite like definitive for Neil Magny. It was like got the gas tank.
Another great fight was Clark beat
Minefield.
Yeah, Minefield. Those 2 lads are enormous. They both look like Yoel Romero. And also Gilbert Burns is his brother, won with a great submission as well. But
and then also Perez like leg kicked Formiga.
Yeah,
victory, which I thought was impressive.
Was that the knee? I think he fucked up his knee.
Yeah.
But Ross, we may as well get into the main event. Amanda Nunes defeated. Look, wait, I actually forgot her name. Spencer.
Felicia Spencer, yeah.
Yeah, Felicia Spencer.
Don't worry, buddy. You don't have to remember her name. No one else does.
Well,
maybe a bit harsh, but look,
that's extremely harsh.
There were like, who else is there to fight? Like Megan Anderson's like, she could fight me. It's like, yeah, but like you lost to Felicia Spencer, so like I don't see why anyone's going to be clamoring. I like Megan Anderson. I think she's great, but I think Amanda Nunes is probably going to go back down to the bantamweight division.
She's in
Who
a
she
tough.
fights next?
Yeah,
I think
she's in a tough
Aspen Ladd,
situation,
maybe.
isn't she? She's in a tough situation because like it's almost a John Jones thing now that like when John Jones was fighting Anthony Smith, not many people give a shit. She's almost
Yeah.
cleaned
Or
up
he's fighting.
so it's like less people are like buying
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I get you. And also, like, there's talk of her being like, oh, she should fight Valentina a third time. But Dana White's actually, I think he's on Weili Zhang to win 1 or 2 more fights and then go up and fight Valentina.
Yeah, far ahead.
So, Basma, there's 3 sort of champions at the top of each of the division. We have Weili Zhang, Valentina Shevchenko, and Amanda Nunes. Dana White's sort of saying he wants Weili Zhang to win 1 or 2 fights and then do Shevchenko versus Zhang. A lot of people are a bit like, if Nunes doesn't fight Shevchenko, no one else is going to challenge her. What way do you want to see it?
See for Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, or just like 3 champions. Who do you want to see them fight, and what way do you want to see them fight? Shevchenko's like, Amanda Nunes can come down to flyweight. I was like, that's never happened. She's massive.
Yeah, she is massive, isn't she? I can't really see Shevchenko Nunes 3. Like Nunes can do what she sort of wants. She's just going to keep battering everyone. It's almost like the second phase of Ronda Rousey.
Mm.
And
I'm not joking, right? If I was Amanda Nunes, you know what I'd do? I would actually try and fight like quite frequently now for the next few months, and then like retire and like have your family. You know what I mean? Like, just get that cash in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why not? Like, there's no need for her to.
She's not going to lose unless she just doesn't perform as well.
Yeah, she's like by far the most talented person across both divisions.
Yeah.
And like she's already sort of beaten the hard fight. She's beaten the Durandamy. She's beaten Holly Holm. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone else is like, they're talking about her fighting Aspen Ladd next, but like Aspen Ladd got like destroyed by Durandamy.
There's nothing really happening for her.
No.
Like, and you literally know you're going to get your ass kicked.
It was a bit like when Shevchenko fought Caitlin Chikugan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bit like, oh, we know what's going to happen here. Like, Chikugan's good, but like, Shevchenko's different level.
And the biggest problem is people are going to buy less and less.
Yeah, she's not Michael Jordan-esque or Mike Tyson-esque.
Without Sean O'Malley on that card, that wasn't going to make her much bread.
No, I think Garbrandt and O'Malley were like, I'd say Nunes, Garbrandt, and O'Malley were all like equal pay-per-view draws there.
Yeah. Sean O'Malley
like,
more.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, Cody Garbrandt second.
Yeah, but like that's where the money's at.
Well, that's just the way it is. Yeah. If
you're going based on clicks anyway.
Yeah, but then what happened? Like, say she's fighting again against whoever. Say Megan Anderson. Does she headline the card again?
See, Megan Anderson from Australia, so they might do like style bender on top of that card, and then Man Nunes in the co-main event.
Okay, then after that, there's no one really left.
Not really, no. Like, she's almost better off if she gets pay-per-view points to serve as a co-main.
Yeah.
Because, like, realistically, no one's clamoring at the gills to see her fight because it's too lopsided, it's too uncompetitive.
That's the problem. That is the problem. But you just came out with a good shout there saying Megan Anderson against Amanda Nunes on a style bender card. That's actually a very good show. I like that show. But Ross, obviously over the weekend, Conor McGregor stole the show again. Bury Conor McGregor.
Because he retired again.
Yeah, I think our most recent MMA video was actually Conor McGregor breaks the internet. But Ross, first of all, Conor McGregor comes out saying he's retired. I think this is the third time he's done it. First of all, why do you think he did it at that time? And also, why do you think he put out such a bad photograph with like all captions and everything on it? It wasn't like a fresh picture.
Well, maybe he had a few proper trails in him at the time. But
yeah, because it would have been like 5 a.m. in Ireland, like Irish time.
Yeah, but also like the whole like thing about like buying his man house, he could have done that like 2 years ago, no bother. You know what I mean? His man could have picked out whatever house he wanted 2 years ago, and it wouldn't have like put a dent in his money. Look, first of all, I actually think proper 12 sales like in America are like doing really, really well, and I actually think he's making like a lot of money off whiskey. So I think that's definitely, you know, a notch in his belt and like something, an nest egg to retire to. Also, like, you could definitely do public appearances and make a load of money for that for a good while. In terms of fighting, I think he wanted to do Gaethje versus him in July, and the winner fight Khabib in September. And the UFC were like, you should wait till after that, after we do the September fight, and then you fight the winner.
Yeah.
And I think McGregor was like, I wanted to do like this season, and he was like, why are you pushing off something until September and doing Khabib versus Gaethje? Well, one of them's going to get injured in September, and that fight's not going to happen until November, December. When you can do me versus Gaethje in July, and then I'll fight again in September, regardless whether Khabib's fit and healthy or not. I think that was his plan. And the UFC were like, nah, we'll just wait it out.
But the coronavirus has changed everything as well. You know.
Yeah, but at the moment, like that would sell so many pay-per-view boys. No one has anything else to do. And the way I look at it is, at the end of the day, maybe you might make slightly less. Maybe Conor McGregor might get a slightly higher percentage, or maybe you might have to pay him slightly less. But again, like, sort of a larger or smaller percentage of a higher amount of money is much better than, a percentage of no money.
Yeah, these lads don't want to be taking less money though.
No, they don't.
They're still taking the damage.
But I think like Masvidal, Jones, McGregor, Cejudo, like during the coronavirus is not the best time to like be like, you should get more money. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like UFC is making less money. The UFC is actually making less, and then you're asking them for more. It's not a good time to be like, we deserve more money.
Yeah, I saw Masvidal's going very public with this. Dana said after that Masvidal actually has a 7-fight contract with him as well.
I think John Jones has something similar.
Yeah, so
when that means they signed their contract like
recently.
Yeah, within the last year, and now they're like, nah, I don't want that. Like you signed it last year, like you know what I mean? I don't get it.
Yeah, this is a lot like the Call Her Daddy podcast that was on Barstool. They signed like a 3-year contract, and then they're like, we want more, and then can take more and more, and then one of them left. People that follow Barstool know what I'm talking about. But when you sign the contract, you sort of have to go with it.
Oh, absolutely. Like, why don't you like sort of?
Especially 7 fights, Ross.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was like,
7.
At least fight 5 of them, and then go, I want a new contract.
Or maybe sign a contract for 3 fights and take it yearly, because you're gonna. UFC is the biggest show. Like a lot of people are like, they don't care about Bellator.
Or like 6 fights max, 2 years. Like you're based on a 3-year deal.
Yeah. Like this is their fault.
Yeah.
If you're negotiating the contract, you sign the contract, and then you're like, I don't like the contract. It's like, you say the negotiations.
Yeah, wouldn't just go with the negotiations. I'll only do that I'll fight for that amount for 3 times. You know what I mean?
I know. It's almost like if you commit the crime, it's like, I don't like that. You're in jail. It's like, well, you did it.
Also, I feel like these guys are like, I might lose, if you know what I mean. As in, if I lose my next 3 fights, well, then, like, I'll make less. They'll offer me less money, if that makes sense. As opposed to...
But you have to bank on yourself.
Oh, I know, yeah, that's what I mean. But I feel like a lot of the guys are like, for 7 fights, it doesn't matter what my win-loss record is over those 7 fights.
I know, exactly. But, Ross, what do you think is the story down with Conor?
Look, the UFC could easily turn around, give him what he wants, let him have a big fight in July, do it on Fight Island. And there you have it. Bob's your uncle, Mary's rant, Conor McGregor's back. But I'm sure his UFC haven't lined up like some massive fights for the first fight on Fight Island. I'm sure it's not like doing the UFC 249 for Fight Island.
Yeah, maybe they can't get everyone on it. And they also have to spread it out. Like, for instance, this weekend's card very poor. Well, because they
shocking, Charlie. I didn't even know who the main event was.
I know, I forgot who was on this weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so. And we supposed to do MMA shows. But he's coming back, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He'll be back to fight Khabib, or he'll be back to fight someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he is. Especially if Gaethje wins, he'll be like, right, I can easily get that belt back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Gaethje, Khabib, and then Conor is back in action. But you know what I mean? It's so funny. He doesn't even fight, and everyone's talking about him.
Yeah, but he was like, he said he'd happily do the Anderson Silva fight as well.
I'd be up for that as well. Also, Dylan Dennis put a picture out as him as Scarface, and he was like, Masvidal calls me when he comes to my city and all this shit, and I was just like, that is so funny. Dylan Dennis is hilarious online. I don't care what people say.
Yeah, I think he asked Masvidal, does he want to come over to Bellator? And he sent him out to pasture. I was like, Dylan Dennis has fought two pro MMA fights, and like he just thinks he can like say whatever you want to. Everyone's.
He's brilliant. It's just like when you're that entertaining, you have to watch it. But Ross, obviously this weekend, the UFC is back. According to the website, there is no early prelims, but Charles Rosa is headlining the prelims against Kevin Aguilar. Anything to say about that?
Well, Charles Rosa, is he the fellow who let us down last time?
I think so, yeah.
He is, yeah. So, like, I'm definitely picking against him. I'm going for my man, Kevin Aguilar. Look, Kevin Aguilar's not bad. He's 17-3. He's lost the last two, but he was fighting your man Tugov, you know, the guy who punched McGregor in the octagon.
Yeah.
And then Danny Ike. So it's not like he's been fighting absolute bums. So I'm going to go for Kevin Aguilar. Charles Rosa, that's it. He got absolutely mauled by, what's your man's name? Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, so I'm going for Kevin Aguilar.
Yeah. Also on the prelims is Julia Avila against Gina Mazzani, Ryan Benoit against Tyson Nam, and Jordan Griffin against Derek Minner. But Ross, as we said, on the main card, Jessica Oi is going against Cynthia Calvillo. Cynthia Calvillo is moving up a weight division. She's had problems making straw weight. What are you expecting from this one, Ross?
Look, I actually am going to pick Cynthia Calvillo in here. I think she's the better fighter overall. If you actually take it in terms of, you know, what I've seen in the octagon, Calvillo went toe-to-toe with Esparza. She beat Courtney Casey. And then on top of that, she actually beat Aspen Ladd in her amateur career. And Aspen Ladd could be next to fight for the bantamweight title. We also met Cynthia Calvillo in New York, so she's one of our mates. Jessica, I think she's good on the feet, but I don't think she's the complete package. I think Cynthia Calvillo will be able to get her to the ground.
I'm actually going to go for Jessica. Okay. Also in the card, Carl Robinson's taking on Marvin Vettori. This was made to happen a few weeks ago. These two lads have a bit of bad blood against each other. Ross, who are you going for in this?
I like Marvin Vettori. He's actually put up the best fight anyone has against Israel Adesanya. He lost a close decision, but that's who I'm going to go for.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I'll go for Vettori as well. Murab Davashvili taking on Ray Borg. Ray Borg needs a win here, Ross.
Yeah, geez, Ray Borg's very active now,
isn't he?
He keeps on fighting anyway. He was only fighting on that Anthony Smith card. Thinks he's bleeding Brian Gallagher. Look, I'm gonna go for Murab Davashvili. He's actually very, very big for bantamweight, and then obviously Borg's gonna be quite small for bantamweight.
Yeah.
So that's my pick there.
Yeah, actually, because it's in bantamweight, I'll agree with you there. Andre Tucci-Fili taking on Charles Jourdain as well.
I like Tucci-Fili. I think he's looked decent enough in his last couple of fights, so I'm going to go for him for the LW on this one.
Same here. Also, his next card too is class weight. It's like a lantern. And then kicking off the card is Jordan Espinoza taking on Mark De La Rosa.
Is that Juicy J?
No, this fella looks a bit more Mexican.
Okay, well, look, I'm going to go for Espinoza. Mark De La Rosa has lost his last 3 fights, and that's enough for me to pick against him.
Yeah.
That's 4 in a row.
Yeah, Jordan Espinoza is actually ranked number 13. But Ross, that sort of wraps up the show. But I want to let people know as well that we, if you are enjoying the shows, make sure to like and subscribe as well, because we are trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're nearly on 400 subscribers on Spotify. So thanks a million for the people who are actually tuning in. Ross, anything else to say?
No, just make sure to like, share, follow, subscribe, and as always,
stay energized.
Stay energized, bro.